Hey everyone, welcome to episode 6 of Jumpstarter. If it exists for them, it exists for you. So, what if I told you it's you versus you, but one of you has to go? When you grow, you will eventually be faced with the challenge of choosing staying the same, which is essentially choosing comfort, or choosing to elevate and evolve your life, which is the tougher path. If you're choosing to elevate your life, good for you. That's the first step to becoming who you want to be. You should go after what you want. If you find yourself feeling jealous of what others have, whether it's a thing or a lifestyle, that is usually a sign that you need to be going after that as well, because that's something that you deeply desire. If it exists for them, it exists for you too. Go after what you want, because if others can have it, so can you. But be careful what you wish and work for, because if you truly invest in something, it will happen and it will come true for you. Okay, so I wanted to talk about what we can control and what we can't when it comes to evolving and becoming who you want to be, and the steps that you could take towards becoming the best version of yourself. So here are some things that you can control when becoming who you want. How consistent you are, how you dress and present yourself, your social circle, your time in solitude and self-reflection, and how you harness your emotions. So let's first talk about how you can control how consistent you are. Your level of consistency is a reflection of how bad you want something. So show up for yourself and show up for what you want. So recently I decided that I wanted to run a mile every day for the month of September. I used to be a big runner growing up and I loved running. It just helped me feel very connected to myself and grounded. And I just wanted to get back into that again because it's been a while since I was running consistently. So I decided to do 1 mile every day for the month of September. Not too hard for the level of running that I used to be into. But I am very proud of myself because September is almost over and I have run a mile every single day of September so far. And I'm so proud of that. On days that I was more busy than others, I would run 2 miles to make up for the day before that I might have missed or the day ahead that I may not have time to run that mile. I learned a lot in this process of running a mile every day of September. I learned, the power consistency, which I already obviously knew a lot about that, but I feel so strong and I've shaved minutes off of my mile time just from being consistent and showing up every day to run this mile. Okay, next I want to talk about how you can control how you dress and present yourself, because that's huge. That's how the world views you, is how you present yourself. So, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. I'm sure you've heard of this before, but it truly does work. It's worked for me in job scenarios and in other opportunities in my life. Dress for what you want. And wear your confidence, even when you're not confident. Your clothing is a direct expression of that, without you even having to talk. So what do you want people to see when they look at you? How you dress and present yourself is how the world is going to see you. How you dress has a huge impact on how you feel, and it boosts your confidence. The next thing you can control is your social circle. Who you surround yourself with will determine your success. There's no way around that. The next thing you can control is your time in solitude and self-reflection. You need to spend time alone with your thoughts in order to reflect on the progress you've made. It's crucial to your own development. The last thing I wanted to talk about that we can control to elevate our life is how you harness your emotion. Emotions can be a powerful tool if you harness them right. Emotions such as love, anger, sadness are very powerful and can be used to fuel you as you work towards what you want. It's important to know what we can control and what we can't when we're working towards becoming who we want to be. And now something that we can't control in our lives is balance. Let's talk about it. Balance can mean a lot of things, but how I see it in our lives, balance is good things happen and bad things happen. They happen in balance of one another. Good events follow bad ones, bad events follow good ones. It is this balance that we can't control in our lives. We just have to learn how to ride the waves of both of them. And while this is something that we can't control, good events and bad events coming to us, we can still be consistent. We can still present ourselves the way we want to. We can still be around people that are going to uplift us. We can still spend time in solitude to reflect, and we can still harness our own emotions, even if we can't control others. So it's important to remember what you can control. in the times of events that you can't. So I love to kayak in my free time, and kayaking has taught me something so valuable. Sometimes the tide is high. Sometimes the tide is low. Sometimes the current is with us. Sometimes the current is against us. We can't control it. We can't control any of it. We have to learn how to work with it. Every stride or paddle you take during any of the water's conditions will propel you forward, big or small. So it's important to continue to work hard, even when uncontrollable events are happening around you, good or bad. Now, one last thing. There is no such thing as being cringe when you are following your dreams. Others don't and will continue to choose not to see the vision that you see for yourself. Remember that and try to tune them out as background noise. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and remember, if it exists for them, it exists for you too.